Reliving the pain, victims of the Fort Hood shooting massacre tell their stories today as the jury weighs the death penalty. The pain caused by the Fort Hood shooting and every day since spilled out in court today as families took the stand.
There was no shortage of tears, but Major Nidal Hasan is again passing up the opportunity to question the people he hurt, even if his life depends on it. KXAN's Chris Sadeghi is at Fort Hood with more on day one of the sentencing phase for Hasan.
By far, this was the most emotional testimony of the trial to date, and also the testimony that could determine whether Hasan lives or dies. Families were asked to testify about where they were when their sons and daughters died, and then tell how badly it hurt then and how badly it hurts now. Speaking through a Spanish interpreter, Francesca Velez's father, Juan, told the jury, quote, "Hasan did not kill 13 people. He killed 15. He killed my grandson, and he killed me, slowly." The prosecution had 13 families relive the worst days of their lives as they try to secure death for a killer.
They are demonstrating with evidence, not speculation, the immense human cost of the defendant's criminal misconduct.
The stories were not just from that day, but every day after. Angela Rivera cried as she remembered having to hire a therapist to explain to her 2-year-old son why his father, Eduardo Caravello, wouldn't be coming home. Like he did in the guilt-innocence phase, Hasan did not cross-examine any witnesses.
2 victims took the stand once again today, this time to describe the impact the shooting had on their lives.
One of them was Staff Sergeant Patrick Ziegler, who was shot 4 times, paralyzing the left side of his body, and 20% of his brain had to be removed. Now in his 40s, he has the cognitive level of a high schooler. It all makes it very difficult for him to pick up and hold his 10-month-old son. And as one widow testified, we can't make memories anymore. All we had is all we've got. You can read more about this emotional testimony as well as the rest of our coverage of this trial on our website, KXAN.com. We're at Fort Hood. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
Death penalty cases are rare in the military. The last military execution was in 1961. Right now, there are 5 men on the military's death row. Ronald Gray was convicted in 1988 of rape and murder. The next year, Dwight Loving earned a death sentence for robbery and murder. Hassan Akbar went to death row in 2005 for using grenades and guns to kill fellow soldiers in Kuwait. Andrew Witt went to death row that same year for killing a man and his wife on an Air Force base in Georgia. An appellate court overturned his death sentence earlier this month, but he's still on death row pending an appeal. The latest military death sentence came in 2010 when DNA evidence linked Timothy Hennis to a triple murder in North Carolina.